We're back in the half-pipe powder paradise for snowboard junkies. Then off-ramp into Snowboarder X Racing. 4-man races all about getting out in front. We enjoy a very fast Grand Slalom downhill race with an international cast of snowboarders. Then it's the killer sport. We canyon down a dangerous but exhilarating river in remote regions of New Zealand. Death drop rehearsal time when a group of top competition skydivers take us through their manoeuvres. Then indoors on your trucks for indoor ramp skateboarding. Alley-oop and we're into the half-pipe. Ultimate paradise for snowboard junkies, and on competition days like this, the cradle of complicated and creative manoeuvres. Well, here we go. The attention in the half-pipe is on 4 things in each event. Number 1, clean, fluid execution of every move. Number 2, the difficulty of the moves and combinations. Number 3, rotations. And number 4, lots and lots of air. Success needs a simple focus. Enough focus to try and hit the half-pipe lip at pace. The lip lets you lift, and if you've got the pace to grab the air, it's all yours. Competitors who make the most of the air are able to show slick and tight rotation with technical combos and great board placement. Body position between moves across the pipe gives an indication of the pace and air that a competitor's chasing, and gives judges a hint at where to look for the combos to come. Not much use of rails on the lip here, but we're heading into a nice sequence of aerial combos. A full run coming up. You know what we're looking for, so mark it yourself. Welcome, we're 12,000 feet above ground with a team of skydivers working through a combination of maneuvers that they hope will win them today's competition. It's amazingly graceful, falling at 120 kilometers an hour. If you've been watching previous episodes, you'd know how hard this team worked on these maneuvers. We've seen them practice on the ground for weeks, taking test jumps and screwing it all up with painful and disorienting collisions mid-fall. Today though, it all looks worth it. Free falling at 120 k's per hour, the pre-planned moves are working. It's 60 seconds of adrenalized poetry. Snowboarding Grand Slalom. Inline, at pace and all downhill. All the time trying to pick your lines to make the gates. An international cast of top snowboarders are assembled for this fast Grand Slalom course. Snowboarders' boots for this event are every bit as dynamic as an alpine skier's downhill ski boot, designed for high performance and speed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Check out the workout they get. Max speed and control is all about the movement of the body, pivoted down through the ankles to kick the edges of the board into the snow to turn, and the heel down to get speed. typical Grand Slalom board is long and flat with narrow cut edges to deliver minimal resistance and still allow some control. These guys are using their boards to full advantage, taking the course at maximum speed. The speeds are intense. This is a fast course on a fast day, and these guys are hanging in there as they take the corners right on the edge. The better the line, the more pace is delivered. To tell who's really cutting the wind speed to shreds, look at the board angle. Obviously heading straight downhill is the quickest line, so a board shooting directly down, it's the delight of the day. If the front of the board is pushing up, it's the sign of a field-leading GS snowboard speed. And there's plenty of speed out here today. It's a fast course, I just hope it's a safe one. The surface survived, the boarders shredded it up, and it's almost time to retire to the après boarding functions and tell the tales of another alpine day lived at pace. Icy waters, alpine fed, and inviting for the adventurous only. And here they are, the adventurous in preparation for the chilly challenge ahead. The challenge is river canyoning, thick wetsuits, and they're wearing 2 of them. Topped off with wetsuited headcaps and booties beneath flippers, with our group of very hardy individuals. It's cold. Hypothermia is a risk not worth chancing, as this group deck themselves out. Believe it, these guys are tough, and they're looking for fun in sub-zero temperature rivers. Canyoning is a relatively new adventure sport not without risk. We're moving into narrow, fast-flowing waters pressed into canyons that are susceptible with rainstorms to short-notice flooding that would turn a thrilling ride into a life-threatening trial. We begin the journey with a 50-metre abseil down into the canyon below. Experienced canyoners guide some thrill-seeking novices down into the icy sensations to come. If they're looking worried now, just wait for what's ahead. Great, you've made it down the abseil, but a bit of news for you. Once you're in the canyon, there's basically only one way out, downriver. The river guides have checked the weather conditions in advance because of the risk of sudden and rapid rise in the water level. A change in river conditions becomes life-threatening because with no kayaks or river rafts to aid them, a swollen river would trap them beneath swollen waters racing through these narrow canyon passages. Once in the canyon, each section has to be taken slowly and to the conditions of the river. Some river sections are best to just leap in and enjoy the ride. Others, sliding down the river feet first to negotiate rocks, and in some sections, it's best to simply climb up out of the river and try to negotiate a way around the sharp rocks. This river is ideally suited to river canyoning, with smooth surfaces to slide over and deep pools of water at the bottom. Here's the ride everyone comes for. They've worked hard to get it, now it's time to enjoy. The whole party move in convoy. The first marker guide stops after every section to ensure the whole party are through uninjured before attempting the next river stretch. Yep, everyone's here, so it's time to go back to work. At the end of the trip, we've travelled straight down 100 metres and done it through a kilometre of twisting and testing canyons, all in this icy alpine water. It's time to remember the good times in the day. Snowboarder X. Worldwide, another onboard pastime has hit the slopes. And here we go with the 4-person snowboarder race. We're all crammed in, let's go! Race day today has turned out with not so ideal conditions. Overcast conditions have served us up flat light. The snow conditions are fast, but with bits of snowgrass breaking through and threatening friction. Snowgrass on the surface can grab at the racer's board and suddenly slow the boarder down when sliding over it. It's the snowboarder's equivalent of an ankle tap. Now today this is not a fast course, so the race here is all about tactics, strategy and guts. Get to the front any way you can. The manoeuvring for first position and holding on to it is just as difficult as any race for pace. These conditions are a test of technique. Pick the right lines, hit the lip at the right point, grab a bit of air and maybe a moment or two's advantage on your rivals. It's a sudden death approach. The first place getter goes on and the others, they get to ride for fun from there on, while the winners keep on knocking each other out on the way to finding one champion. Here they are, the final 4 are found. A bit of a fight to stand on the summit, and life's good when you're winning. Trucks, wheels, and skate rats on ramps. Okay, 2 minutes of ramp skateboarding just for you. That's it, we're done. Just enough time to take a quick sneak peek of what's coming on the next episode with more adventure sport. Next week, we're going up into an alpine special, on the snow, up the mountains, cutting thick, and taking on the adrenaline. It's all adventure and it's all aerial. Join us then.